Hello everyone, and welcome back to Easy English Hub. Today, we're covering a very important topic, English for working abroad. Whether you're looking for a job overseas or preparing to move, this vocabulary will be essential. Let's get started on your international career journey. Let's start with the job search. You'll need a resume or CV. A resume is a short, 1 to 2 page document. It summarizes your skills, experience, and education. CV stands for curriculum vitae, which is often more detailed than a resume. In the US, resume is common. In the UK and other countries, CV is more common. For example, please update your resume before applying for the job. This is a common instruction from a recruiter or career advisor. You will also write a cover letter. A cover letter is a one-page letter you send with your resume. It introduces you and explains why you are the best person for the job. It's your chance to show your personality. It should be tailored to each specific job you apply for. For example, in my cover letter, I highlighted my experience in project management. You use this sentence to explain how you customized your application. After you apply, the next step is a job interview. An interview is a formal meeting with a potential employer. They will ask you questions about your skills and experience. You can also ask them questions about the company. Interviews can be in person, over the phone, or via video call. It's important to prepare well for your interview. For example, I have a job interview tomorrow morning for the marketing position. This is a common way to tell someone about your upcoming appointment. If the interview goes well, you might receive a job offer. A job offer is a formal invitation to become an employee of a company. It will state your starting salary, position, and start date. You can choose to accept or decline the offer. For example, I was so excited to receive a job offer from my dream company. This sentence expresses happiness and success in the job search. Now for the very important legal steps. First, the work permit. A work permit is an official document from the government. It gives a foreigner legal permission to take a job in a country. Your employer usually helps you with the application process. You cannot legally work without it. For example, I can't start my job until my work permit is approved. This shows that the permit is a necessary legal requirement. Next, you'll need a visa. A visa is an official stamp or document placed in your passport. It allows you to enter, stay, or work in a country for a specific time. There are many types, like tourist visas and work visas. For example, he went to the embassy to apply for his work visa. This shows the official process of getting a visa. Finally, you'll sign an employment contract. A contract is a legally binding agreement between you and the employer. It details your job duties, salary, hours, and benefits. Always read it very carefully before you sign. For example, my contract states that I will receive 20 days of paid vacation per year. This is a practical sentence about the specific terms in the agreement. Once you have the job, you need to relocate. To relocate means to move to a new place to live and work. This is a big step that involves a lot of planning. For example, my company is paying for me to relocate to their London office. This indicates that the employer is supporting the move. When you arrive, you must find accommodation. Accommodation is a place to live, such as an apartment or a house. You might rent a place by yourself or share with roommates. For example, I am looking for affordable accommodation near my new office. This is a common thing to say when you first arrive in a new city. As you adjust, you might experience culture shock. Culture shock is the feeling of confusion or anxiety when living in a new culture. Things like food, social rules, and language can be very different. It's a normal part of the experience. For example, at first, the different food gave me a bit of culture shock, but now I love it. This shows how you can overcome the initial challenges. Let's talk about the office environment. Your coworkers are your colleagues. A colleague is a person you work with, especially in a professional job. Building good relationships with your colleagues is important. For example, I am going to lunch with a few of my colleagues. Coworker is a synonym and is also very common. You will often do teamwork. Teamwork is the cooperative action of a group of people. Everyone works together to achieve a common goal. For example, good teamwork was essential to finish the project on time. This highlights the importance of collaboration. Every office has a workplace culture. Workplace culture refers to the shared values, beliefs, and behaviors in an organization. This includes things like dress code, working hours, and communication styles. For example, the company has a very relaxed and friendly workplace culture. You use this phrase to describe the general feeling or atmosphere of an office. Let's talk about money and time. Your company pays you a salary. Your salary is a fixed, regular payment you receive for doing your job. It's usually paid monthly or bi-weekly. For example, the job offers a competitive salary and good benefits. This is a common phrase in job advertisements. The money you receive is your paycheck. A paycheck is the payment for your work, which you can get as a physical check or a direct bank deposit. Payslip is a related word. It's the document that shows how your pay was calculated. For example, I always save a portion of my paycheck each month. This is a practical sentence about personal finance. Sometimes you have to work overtime. Overtime is time spent working beyond your normal working hours. Some companies pay extra for overtime work. For example, we had to work overtime last night to meet the deadline. You use this to explain why you worked late. Let's focus on your career growth. You should look for professional development. Professional development refers to continuing education and career training. This can include workshops, courses, or certifications. It helps you learn new skills and advance in your career. For example, my company encourages professional development and pays for online courses. This highlights a positive aspect of an employer. Working abroad is great for networking. Networking is the process of building relationships with other professionals. These connections can help you find new opportunities in the future. For example, I met a lot of interesting people at the business conference. It was great for networking. This describes a key activity for career building. All of this helps you with your career path. A career path is the progression of jobs you take throughout your working life. Working abroad can open up new and exciting career paths. For example, she has a clear career path to becoming a senior manager. This means she has a plan for her professional future. Finally, let's learn some common workplace idioms first. Learn the ropes. To learn the ropes means to learn the basics of a new job or activity. It takes time to understand everything in a new role. For example, I am still new here, so I am just learning the ropes. This is a great way to explain that you are still in the training phase. Another one is get your foot in the door. This means to get an entry-level position at a company. The hope is that this first job will lead to better opportunities there in the future. It's about getting the first chance. For example, the internship isn't paid much, but it's a good way to get my foot in the door. This explains the strategy behind taking a low-level job. Lastly, a 9-to-5 job. This refers to a typical office job with standard working hours, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. For example, after years of working late, he was happy to find a regular 9 to 5 job. This describes a desire for a stable and predictable work schedule. Excellent work today. You now have a strong foundation of vocabulary for working abroad. Remember, practice is key, so try to use these words and phrases. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more practical lessons from Easy English Hub. We wish you the best of luck in your international career. See you next time.